I definitely wanted to piggyback off of what you just said to let you hear again sound that came from LeBron James in the aftermath of last night's victory for the Lakers over the Denver Nuggets. LeBron James spoke about Breonna Taylor and what a lot of guys have been going through over the last several months in regards to all of that. Let's listen to LeBron James and then please respond after you see what he had to say.
I mean, I got a daughter of mine at home and a wife and my mom and so many, predominant black women in my life to think about if they weren't here the next day or think if they were gunned down, it would be something I would never be able to forgive myself or forgive who did it.
That's real. That's real. That's real. I didn't get to see that last night, but that's real. And I say this all the time is that as soon as that clock goes to zero, we back to being exactly who we are, right? You don't wear that jersey when you go drive home. You don't wear that jersey to the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? When we go back home and visit our family and guys go back to where they growing up, you don't walk around with your uniform on. You walk around just as a black man or a black woman. So, yeah, like I keep saying, I commend our players, all the leagues. I mean, especially the NBA and the WNBA, but all the leagues that continue to stand up against all this that's going on.
Chris, I want to ask you something as an African-American man with children, right? We hear a lot of times about how you have to have that talk with your kid about interactions with police, especially. Molly retweeted a sign earlier, 14 minutes ago. A cop shot a black woman and was only charged for the shots missed. What kind of talk do you have with your kids after something like this? Because this is not even interaction. You're laying in bed. This is what do you have a different talk today?
Man, you as a parent, you try to protect your kids, right? You try to protect your kids from certain things, especially at a certain age. And you like, man, do I have that conversation with them? And I'll never forget after the George Floyd shooting happened. And I remember talking to my kids and I remember talking to my daughter first. And we were in our bathroom and you wonder, should you show them, right? Like, is it too much for a kid, especially at 8 years old? But when I showed her and I explained to her what was going on, she cried. She cried because she has, like she says, a brown brother. She has a black brother, right? So as a parent, yes, you're a protector, but me and my wife has decided in our house that we want our kids to be aware. We want to talk to them and communicate with them as much as possible because the things that are going on have been happening for a long time, but they're just sort of polarized now. So I'm going to continue to have talks with my kids because you can't just walk down the street and drive wherever you want to like you think you should be able to.
Well, listen, CP3, I know we got to get on out of here. I wanted to transition back to HBCU week and just say thank you. I know you went to Wake Forest University, which is in the ACC, not an HBCU, but your contributions to HBCUs throughout the many, many years in some circles has been well chronicled. In other circles, it hasn't been chronicled enough. So I just want to personally thank you, my man. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Stephen A., y'all, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm actually currently enrolled at Winston-Salem State University. And with our social change fund with me, Mello, and D. Wade, we actually partner with HBCU Heroes and Lyft. And in swing states, we're getting transportation provided for HBCU students to the polls. So appreciate y'all for allowing me to come here and speak. Go vote.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Go vote.
Thank you for sharing your stories, that go on inside your home. We appreciate you and, really thank you for being a great role model on the court and also off the court. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.